You know that I'm no joke. No joke, baby, I'm no joke. Oh, na, na, na. No joke, baby, I'm no joke. Oh, na, na. No joke.
Welcome to Talk That Talk. I'm Elizabeth. To my right, I've got my lovely Gigi. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you, my love.
I've got Ariete, looking fabulous.
Hey.
We've got Lara Valentine.
Okay.
And we've got Fontaine. Today we're talking about, do we glamourise baby mama culture? Are we as women to blame for picking up and laying down with men that we know are not going to support us financially, physically, or emotionally?
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 baby mamas.
Yeah, so girls, how do you think this...
I am going to start by saying I definitely do think it's our fault if you already know a guy has multiple kids, multiple baby mamas. He doesn't look after any of them financially nor physically. And I'm not saying don't have sex with him, but you allow yourself to get pregnant on top of that. Like, what you choose to do is your business, but then you allow yourself to get pregnant on top of that, knowing he doesn't look after any of them. And then you expect him to look after you, But
what if he does look after his kids? Would you still go out with a guy that had 4 or 5 baby mums, but took care of his kids? Would you go out? Would you be like the 5th baby mum or the 6th baby mum?
Ideally, I don't want to, and I don't think I can be. But let's just say love. Love is a powerful thing. If I was in love, you know, when you're in love, you can do almost anything.
But love is a choice.
No, love is a choice. Where are we going? Where are we going here with love is a choice?
No, I genuinely believe that love is a choice.
Love is an
active thing.
You can't help who you love.
Not help who you love.
You can. Because you can put yourself in that situation where you end up.
But what about when you fall in love before they show you who they really are?
What, like they hide the babies?
Yeah, no.
What do you mean? That's people's hobby, hiding their kids.
And you blame the woman when she doesn't know.
Unless if a guy has concealed his children from you and
Which they
you're
do.
at a point now where the feelings are kind of strong, I don't think that you should be then going crying tattoo tears because now you're baby mother number 5.
But suppose he blames the woman for, actually, my baby mama's like this, my baby mama's like that, and if he's got 5, all 5 are like this, and you actually love him and you believe what he's saying, can you really blame yourself?
If a guy came up to me and he told me he had 5 baby mamas and all his baby mums are crazy, I'm looking at the man as the problem because why is it that every single woman that you have is crazy? Maybe you're the crazy one, you get what I mean? But it's just like, check that, because all this, my baby mum, we don't really know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You definitely have to do a background check.
Thing is, I feel like a lot of people do glamorize the baby mum thing. And I think the problem with a lot of women, not all of us, is you feel like you're going to be the one to change that man. Sis,
Very true.
if all these other women did not change him, what makes you think you're going to change him, please?
I don't understand.
I've even had friends that say, he's got all girls, I'm going to be the one to give him his boy. I'm
People don't, you know what?
Are you stupid? Are you silly?
Being a mum, let me tell you something for free. You can't, when you bring a child into a relationship,
Do you like the word baby mama?
I hate the word baby mama. I think
Why
it's
is
so
that?
wretched. I'm the mother of his child. Thank you.
Okay.
Not baby mama. It's all
But
wretched
that in
to
itself
me.
is glamourised. The word baby mama is glamourised.
Yeah.
But
It is
you know what?
glamourised.
So you feel
I find
like it's
some
quiet.
men
Or baby
even
father.
some men actually glamourize the amount
Yeah.
of baby mamas that they do have because of the fact that seriously, you know why?
They really do.
No, they do, because some men make it feel like that's the only thing that they've got to offer. If I can produce a baby, that makes
It's
me
like,
feel like
do you
a
feel
man.
like it's mainly, sorry, no offense, but
Waste man.
yardies, like, just like, I'm not sorry, hold on.
In all honesty,
Hey,
it is a yardie thing.
can I just say, don't beat me up, don't beat me up. But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying all yardies.
Not all yardies.
Okay, hey, yardies, don't call me and beat me up. Yeah, but I'm saying that, listen, I just witnessing, seeing what I've seen growing up, that a lot of like Jamaican or Caribbean men tend to have a lot more children with different baby moms. So I'm saying that.
But that makes them feel manly.
You're saying, men like that, it's okay. You're saying, it makes them feel manly.
No, I'm not saying it's okay.
How can you allow yourself to get
Never saying
pregnant?
it's
How can you do
okay.
this? Like, I don't understand. What are we going to start putting some responsibility on men? I don't understand.
No, it's very true.
But this is the thing, and this is my thing. I'm not saying it's okay, but what I'm saying is, like, I've had man say to me, you know what, I would breed you, like I'm supposed to be like, thank you.
Guys love saying,
like,
I want
thank you that you would breed me like I'm some animal. Thank you.
Why
What
do
I'm
you
saying
like
is,
women?
what I'm saying is women, when we come across those men, which I'm not saying it's okay, why do we then either feel like we can change them or feel like it's okay or just enable them to be that way? Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, where does that come from?
Exactly.
Personally, I
feel like I think it's a thing of like, okay, for example, women want to be the one. You know, this main chick, side chick, even that is glamourized. And even that comes into it. Because it's like, oh, I'm going to have his baby and I'm going to be the main. But that
doesn't make you. It doesn't make you the mother. It just make you the mother of his child.
But this is why it is glamorized.
So you feel like it's a status. Having a child is a status.
And I think a lot of women think that having a child is going to keep a man. Let me tell you something. Nothing can hold a man. Nothing can hold a man apart from a man who wants to be held. Simple as that.
I've got a question. So, like, obviously, we're talking about baby mama culture and I guess baby father culture. A lot of people say that we are actually polyamorous?
Polyamorous, yeah.
Yeah.
So, is that not us being close? I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Okay.
Is this not us being more akin to what our primal settings is as human beings?
In terms of what, having one...
Multiple partners, multiple children by different partners.
But do you think that's fair on children? Because when you think about it, if you've got so many kids as a man with so many different women, these kids grow up, they don't even know if they could be dating their own brother or sister because it's just
I didn't think you were going to go there.
No, seriously.
I was like...
No, when you think about it,
that's a bit extreme.
Some guys have like 13 kids and shit. So... how do you know?
And with you, what you're saying, I'm just extending what you're saying. It's more about how they're emotionally raising these children. Because you can be a father that, okay, you know what, I've got 10 kids, but I'm paying for my children. But are you giving your time? Are you giving that presence? If you're able to do that somehow, fair enough, you can have 10, 15 kids if you want, if you're there for every single child. But to me, is that a realistic...
going back to the polyamorous thing, back when hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago even, earlier man, when that happened, it was like you raise the children as a community. So all the baby moms will raise the children collectively as a community, whereas you don't get that.
That doesn't happen.
But that's nice. That's nice for them.
Baby mamas are coming together, raising their kids together.
It's like, well, you know what, I'm going to have his baby now and I'm going to get more attention because it's going to be a baby, whereas his other kids are older, so I'm going to be able to say he needs nappies, she needs nappies, she's not well, blah, 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 she's throwing up, oh, I got to pay this and that, I need the scan. It's also, I feel like women need to take accountability because a lot of women use children as a
can I just say something?
Go and say that. I'm coming back to that.
That's very important.
I'm coming
What about the flip
Women
side?
using children as a paycheck.
What about the flip side of a woman that has several kids for several different men?
Obviously not looked at the same way.
Why is it not looked at the same way?
I think I feel like it.
So say she's got 6 kids,
it's still
different men.
It's still frowned upon. Like
That's definitely there's a stigma attached to that.
There's definitely
a massive stigma.
okay?
I feel like the stigma for a woman having 6 kids by 6 different fathers is a hell of a lot worse than the other way around.
Black China has what? How many baby dads does she have? She only has even 2.
She's got 2.
And everyone complains about.
She's extra
baby daddies. And in future, what baby mama is he on now?
9.
13,
Not again. What's his name again?
Fetty Wow.
He's got how many babies?
And now he's just engaged to a girl that has no kids for him, and he's gonna marry her.
And what's he going to do?
And exactly.
And what's she going to do?
That is a problem because he can maintain his kids financially.
I'd be pissed if I was baby mama number 9 or whatever he's on. And now he's got married. Hasn't even impregnated her yet. I'm like...
This is the thing, because that's what they want. You want the ring, and you think that a baby's gonna bring the ring and all of this, and it's just all messed up. And I feel like dysfunction has become so normalized now.
And this is what it is. I think as adults, we are forgetting the needs of the children. It's all about you. It's all about. It's about what does. It's like, this is what I want, but what does the child need? When the child is here. Is this child going to have a present father? Is this child going to have a present mother? What is the need of that? We forget that.
Or even knowing their own siblings.
And just echoing from that, and I feel like you said, it's both sexes have to take responsibility, not just the women, but men as well. But going back to what you're saying, that women sometimes use that, and I'm saying that because I personally know people that... I, for example, was in a very toxic relationship. I had a child I had a child with my ex. And I felt like, even though we went through the most toxic situations, I never put my child in the middle of that, because I felt like her relationship with her dad is her relationship with her dad.
Yeah.
My relationship with him is my relationship with him. It has nothing to do, I can be fuming with him. There was times I couldn't stand him. Do you understand? But at the end of the day, I can't put my own feelings above my own child's needs. My child needs her father. All I care about is my child safe? It's all about safeguarding my child. As long as my child is safe, that's all I care about. Now, me and him have a beef for whatever reason, regardless of whether he cheated, because whatever the situation is between me and him. Now, the child is and we forget that when we're in our feelings, we sometimes forget that. Now, sometimes certain women, and I'm gonna, I really want people that are actually listening to this, because this happens a lot. Please, if you're using your child, because like when you're in your feelings and you're using your child, you have to stop that, because you have to remember it's your child that's getting affected. It's not you. You're like, oh no, well, you haven't.
You can't see it.
Well, some people are like, oh, you cheated on me. That means you betrayed the family.
You cheated on your child.
Or whatever it is. Like, shut up.
I think you did.
No.
Absolutely. Not cheated like in the same sense as you did to the child's mum. But you definitely cheated on your family.
Okay, and
I think, how can you disrespect the mother of your...
disrespectful.
You don't respect yourself.
But the thing is, you have men that are very, very good dads, but they are terrible boyfriends, terrible partners. That doesn't stop him from being a good dad. And I feel like we need to separate.
And there's children right now that are fatherless because women are selfish.
Yes.
Women are very selfish. That's
true.
a selfish.
Yes.
I feel like, and I'm going to be very blunt, you do not love your child. You love yourself more than you love your child, because if you do not allow,
You'd be thinking about
it's
them.
about you. You're thinking about you. You do not. If you put in your feelings above your own child's needs, you do not love your child. You might love your child, but you don't love your child enough. You don't love your child above you.
I think you're not aware enough.
Okay, how do you should have a relationship with their dad? Is it okay for him to bring him around another woman?
I feel at the end of the day, me and him are going to move on into different relationships. And all I care is that the person that's around my child is a good person. Do you understand? As I always say, as long as my child is safe, my child's safety, emotional well-being, that's all I care about. So you're with that man. That man, you should trust that man enough that he will safeguard your child. Do you get what I mean? So he shouldn't bring no random ratchet
But the thing is, some men don't even know the poison women that they're with.
Yeah, and it's true.
And that woman can have something against your child.
Not even that, I don't know who's coming into their house. I don't know who's around my child when I'm not there.
Oh, they can't bring anyone and anyone.
You're not there, though. You don't know what's going on. You don't know his friends could come into the house.
Don't get me wrong, I'm also...
Her friends, maybe a guy friend comes to the house. Maybe she leaves the children with someone. You just don't know what's going on.
But this is what I'm saying. But the thing is, that's why there's something called communication. You have to communicate with the person that you're with.
How can you communicate if it's so toxic and he just sees it?
But then if it's that toxic, and this I say, I'm talking about safeguarding. If it's that toxic, when you feel that the father of your child can't keep your child safe, then that is when you're like, sorry.
Okay, how can you communicate when you even said that? Even though we're not cool or whatever, you still put your child first. So you still let your child see the dad and whatever. But you're not going to be communicating with him that much because you and him are not on good terms.
It doesn't matter whether you're in good terms or not. It's about whether, for example, if it wasn't for me,
not everybody can do that though. Not everyone's
that's what I'm saying. But the thing is, and that's what I'm saying, sometimes it takes one person to become the bigger person. Sometimes you have to teach a man. I know it's sad, but sometimes you have to teach a man to be a man, unfortunately. And sometimes if you become that bitter person, like, you know what? Well, you feel like that, you have to sometimes be like, you know what, Ariete, just breathe. God, give me the strength right now. And you have to say, you're doing this for your child. So sometimes you have to approach the situation in a different manner. So it's all about how you communicate and how you build that relationship with that person. And that's what co-parenting is. You're going to have that. Because I said to him, when you get into a relationship, do you understand? I want to know who the person that you're bringing around my child. I don't mind. You know what? I'm the coolest baby mother ever. I'm like, calm. He has no baby mama trouble, yeah? However, do not bring no ratchet people that I don't trust around my child. And the same thing goes for me. If he feels like, if there's a guy that he doesn't really trust around my child, whether it be a former friend or whatever it is, I have to respect his wishes as well. But so it's just that mutual respect that you have to have between each other, because again, it's not about you.
But do you think baby mamas have the right to say, no, you're not bringing that my child around?
Of course, if it's a woman,
but if you don't know anything about this person, whether they're good or bad,
but then you shouldn't pass judgment. Then why are you passing judgment?
Your feelings.
But then you're being ignorant you're being ignorant then, because you're in your feelings. It's not about you. I keep saying it's not about you. It's about your child. It's about raising your child in a positive environment. So if he's got a female, a woman that he's with now, okay, I want to meet her. I know how she is. I want to know how she carries. I want to know how she's around. It's about building that rapport. If you feel you get to a point, actually, I'm cool with my child being around it, and you know what, your child is actually being raised in a peaceful and positive environment. But if you're now creating, and you don't even know if this woman is good or bad, what are you doing? You're creating shit. You're creating problems that's not even there yet.
But the thing is, a lot of women, going back to whether we glamorize it, a lot of women like the drama. Like that term, that's baby mama drama, has been the first thing. Especially has he got kids? Like even when you're talking as girls, you'll be like, oh, has he got kids? Yeah, that might be baby mama drama, It's just like a normal thing now that just comes attached to someone having children. And I do believe it is glamorized for whatever reason. But it's like, for example, I have a friend, don't worry, I won't say your name, who was seeing a footballer. And she was active. Okay, they were linking. She acted like she took the morning after pill. She didn't. She put it under her tongue. Yeah, right? So when I said to her, why would you do that? You've already got 2 kids from a toxic relationship. Yeah, she lied.
Paycheck, honey.
Yeah. She wanted a paycheck. Those papers. And when I said to her, you already have 2 kids from a very toxic relationship. You said you didn't want no more kids. She goes, yeah, but look at the situation he's in. I'd be set.
Rotted.
And then she's like, yeah, and he's got a girl, and she's this. Why would you want that drama? Again, it's glamorized. It's glamorized to be a successful man's baby mother.
I agree.
It's for you to be able to say, yeah, I've got his child.
But I think that's shameful.
It is. It's disgusting.
I think that's shameful. Why is that normal?
It is, and she knows that now.
Because a lot of people have made it. A lot of people have glamorized it and made it look like it's cool. Social media has made it look like it's okay.
You know what? Every time I go on social, I keep seeing hello women having baby showers. So I'm like. And everyone's like, oh, congratulations, girl. But where's the father? Like, nowhere to be seen.
He's out with baby mother. He's working on baby mother.
I'm old-fashioned. Where's the wedding? Where's the engagement party? Where's the trad?
I don't know where I stand.
People actually commit to babies before they commit to everything else in life a lot.
And can I say,
let's ask
when we talk about marriage and having a child by someone, marriage, for me that was married, I had a child, I'm separated now, right, for 3 years now. So with marriage, for example, you can get with someone, but guess what? You can separate and divorce.
Oh, yeah.
When you have a child with someone, you guys don't understand, that's a life commitment.
Some people say they're not ready to commit, they're not ready for marriage.
But you have babies, that's
I just don't understand it.
But this is the thing, because women prioritize, I think, with how society is now and how hard it is to actually have a successful relationship and a healthy one. Not even just successful, a healthy relationship. Because even if it's not successful, it still could have been a healthy relationship. You could have still learned a lot from each other and then just parted ways. But the thing is, it's like women are prioritizing motherhood because they feel like, you know what, I'm not going to get that great relationship. So let me prioritize becoming a mother before prioritizing having a solid relationship to bring that child into. And that's what I think it is. And now I think a lot of people feed into that whole stereotype, especially in urban communities. Like Shorty Lowe, he had a show back in 2013, and it was just about to air and they cancelled it. It was called All My Baby's Mamas. 11 kids with 10 different women. And it got cancelled because of the negative stereotype that it gives
I think that's dangerous.
To Black Americans, right? So they cancelled it.
I think it's dangerous.
Do you think it's a cultural thing?
I don't think it's a cultural thing.
Let's say, just for example, Black people, we're not the only people that
we
have
perpetuate
children and are not with the baby's father.
Yeah.
But it's only Black people that
I think we perpetuate it.
Black people have glamorized the situation.
Because if you look at, for example, I know I used to work with a lot of Irish travellers and so forth. They've got a massive. So it's just. I think because we're within our community, we can only interpret what's around us and what's basically fed that. But it's in every different races
play a
and
part
so
as well, because just like you say, Irish travellers, they have loads of kids. But you'll always hear of the black man that's got 10 baby mothers, that's got this, got that. I don't think I've ever heard of a white guy on social media having loads of kids.
But you know what's so crazy? Take a moment around you guys. I don't know whether individually has different experience. Me growing up, funny enough, I was actually, most of all my friends, they all were brought up with two parents. They're all black, brought up with two parents, man. Majority of them. So deep that. Sometimes we're like, what are we seeing? Is that the reality of what actually is around us sometimes?
I think black media has a lot to answer for.
Yeah.
Because I don't actually think that it is necessarily, if you do like a census amongst the urban community, or black people, shall we say, or, you know, black descent people, I don't actually think the majority of them are out here being baby mamas.
Oh, hell no.
I think
it's all glamorized.
We like to sensationalize dysfunction. I hate to say it, but we do. Because I'm black. I grew up around black people as in my family. Nobody is a baby mama in my family. Family friends, no one's a baby mama. Yeah, people might have separated, but they went into a union and there was children from that union. There's studies to show that for children who have been brought up in a two-parent family where both parents are present, grow up to have, you know, more emotional dexterity, do better at school, all these kinds of things. Now understand, like, you know, not every marriage is equal. There's toxic marriages, and you have to leave.
So you saying that plays into the upbringing?
Better for the children.
Are you saying that plays into upbringing?
I think, it does. But I'm just tired of, you know, being black people are all about, you know, I'm going to be a baby mama as opposed to I'm going to be a wife.
And there's so many positive black fathers out there. You guys don't even understand.
Mine, for example. My dad.
Yeah, like there's a lot, loads, and even like
shout out to my daddy.
Exactly. And it's like what you were saying, like sometimes like we feel like it's better for us to stick together in a relationship when we have children. And sometimes being in a relationship for the sake of your children is actually more toxic to your children. If I had to stay in that marriage where it was toxic and raise my child will grow up in a toxic environment. Now my child, like now that we're separated, we have a civil relationship, and now my child, we're co-parenting like well, and she's growing up with both parents loving her. And do you understand? And she's basically seeing a healthier relationship between the two, because it's a civil and healthier relationship, rather than us being together and her growing up in John. And people don't.
It's hard, but as Nigerians, I'm not gonna lie. If I got pregnant now, they try to force me to marry the guy. Like obviously, like for me, I just don't believe in that. But
why wouldn't you? So you'd actually, why would you?
If it's not a good situation,
but it doesn't mean
I can't marry you if it's not a good situation.
Because you have a baby with him.
Is it because
you have a baby? What would marry him?
I wouldn't want to have a baby, but I'm saying if that was the situation I was in, and it's not a good situation where I feel like I can actually marry him, then I'm not marrying him. Why would I do the baby? Why would I do that to myself?
But you'd have the baby?
Not sure. I'm not sure yet. We're not there.
I hope we never will be.
We're just talking about in general.
But if we think about like for me, like in the Spanish culture before, and we touched on this in another episode as well, like it's not an option. You have children, you get married, you have children, or if the child comes before you, get married. Simple as that. But now, if you like, back home in Spain, women, because it was so like that and women were in such toxic and horrible like relationships and marriages because of that cultural norm and cultural must really, now it's like, I feel like it is glamourised because seeing their grandmother, their mother going through it, their aunties, everything, all females around them being locked in by this family situation. Because you have his child, you must get married, this and that. Now, when they find themselves in a situation where they have his child, but actually, yeah, all right, but I can leave you. And it's almost glamorized, like, wow, she's not sticking to that cultural must, that commitment. And she's living her life. And, you know, it's so women find it, you know, empowering that actually I don't have to be with you. I don't have to marry you. And so what kind of thing.
I don't feel like those women feel empowered, though. They look like they're in shackles.
That's we see that. But where, like, my town in Spain where I come from is a very small town. And they're still a bit... old school. They're still very old school. So when women started being more proud I left that relationship regardless of if I have kids with him or not. I'm not putting up with that.
That's empowering.
For them, it's empowering, but now it's become glamorized. unhealthy.
do that.
Like to
Do you
be
get what I'm
like,
saying?
they want
Yeah.
to, but what, they want to be single mums?
It's not so much they want to be single mums, but it's just
They've
not.
got the power to
they
break
don't
through
care.
and do
Yeah.
Oh,
whatever.
okay, that's different. I think that's
Let's be
different. I
honest,
think
it's
that's
glamorized, but let's be honest, not one single mum actually wants to be a single mum, and they don't actually want to be a baby mama.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
just be honest,
So-
okay?
Ladies, to wrap this up,
Yes.
do we glamorize baby mama culture? In general. Ariete.
To a certain extent.
Lara Valentine.
I feel like it is glamorized, yeah.
Faith Fontaine.
I think it's glamorized, it's sensationalized because it's juicy, it's interesting, but I don't think that is the norm amongst the community.
Gigi.
I think it's glamorized, yeah, and it's toxic. It's causing toxicity.
That was us for today with baby mama drama.
That's hard.
Guys, say bye.
No
Peace out.
joke, baby, I know